So now we're on number 2. It says, which list is ordered from least to greatest? This is a lot of numbers to look at, but I notice I have 7 times 10 to the first in all of my problems. I notice I have 0.0007 in all of my problems. I have 7/10 in all my problems. And I have 7% in all my problems. So I just need to look at these 3 numbers and figure out what the order needs to be. So 7 times 10 to the first. I can do this on my Desmos. 7 times 10. Oh, Andrew, that's 77. 7 times 10. The exponent button is that a to the b. 7 times 10 to the first power is 70. If I want to do 7% as a decimal, remember I type 7% of 1. I see that that's 0.07. Next, I have 0.0007. That one was easy for me because it's already a decimal. And then my last one, we have 7 divided by 10, which is 0.07. Oh, sorry, 0.7. Excuse me. Now that I've turned them all into decimals, I can compare. I need them in order from least to greatest. So that means small to big, my numbers should be going up. Again, I want to line up my decimals to compare them. So I have 70. I have 0.07, 0.0007, 0.7. Again, like Mrs. Montero reminds us, if we fill in those extra zeros, it'll help us compare place value easier. If we fill in those imaginary zeros, it'll help us see place value just a little bit easier. Again, I start by looking at my numbers to the left of the decimal point. I'm trying to find the smallest number. I'm trying to go from least to greatest. Right off the bat, I see 70 is a big number compared to all those smaller ones. So that means that my 70, that's going to go last. That's going to go last because it's so much bigger than all the other ones. So 70 should be my 4th number. 70 is going to go last because I'm going from small to big. My numbers are going to go up. And I can see, if I check over here, I have 2 answers where that 70, that 7 times 10 to the first comes last. So good test taking strategy, I know that D and A are not correct because they don't have 70 in the last place. But again, I want to figure out the smallest number. My smallest number is going to come first. So I'm done looking at that place value. Everything else is 0. If I slide over and look here, I have a 0, a 0, and a 7. Again, those 2 zeros, those are the smallest. That 7, that's bigger than those other 2. So here I see that that number should be 3rd. That 0.07, that 7/10 should be 3rd because that's the next biggest. And if I come over here, I see that 7/10 is the 2nd biggest here, but in B they have that as the smallest one. So that means that my correct answer would be C. But just to double check, if I keep going out in my place values, we already used this one. If I look in here, I see that a 7 is bigger than a 0. So that means my 0, that would be my first. That would be smallest. And then the 7% would be my second. And again, we see that match up. Oh, let me slide that over. Right there. If you have questions about this problem, let us know. Otherwise, go ahead and go on to the next one.